Okay, right. Hopefully I'm live now. I think I've been talking to myself for 2 minutes. So guys, can you let me know if I'm live? YouTube have changed stuff. Wow. Dog's having a little licking fest. Yeah, YouTube have changed stuff so it all looks different. I think I'm live now. Let me know. Say hello in the chat if you can see me or hear see me and hear me. That would be good to have both. What we're going to do today, we're going to have a wee look at... Right, on Wednesday, Etsy decided to give SEO advice. There was a whole thread. You could post your listing and they would review it and give you some SEO advice. And I thought that was so exciting. I was super happy to hear that was happening. In fact, last week, if I'd have done a live stream, then I was going to tell you all about it and tell everyone to get along there and do it. And yeah, the fact I didn't do a live stream last week was to do with a YouTube problem. I'm not sure if it's been fixed, but a lot of the big YouTubers have been doing live streams. So random things have popped up on my screen. So I'm assuming it's relatively safe, but I'll just ask you all, don't put loads of emojis. This seems to have been the problem where people put like 20 smiley faces or something all at once, and then YouTube goes, no, you're a spammer, we're going to shut down your account. So a single smiley seems to be okay. Don't put 20 just in case. But yeah, we're going to look into some of the Etsy's SEO question and answers, and well, their SEO advice, and see what we think of it. Spoiler before you get into it. Yeah, disappointed. If not a little bit angry, but disappointed. Right, let's dive into the chat. It seems we have a few in the house already. Frank the Tank, hello there. Rup Shanker, am I saying that right? Rup. We'll call you Rup, that's good. How to grow a new shop, and also suggest how to tackle notices of intellectual property infringement on Etsy. Okay, how to grow a new shop. I am in the middle of a series on that. I am building my own new shop, but I also have tons of videos on how to grow on Etsy. So if you want to check out any of them, how to deal with IP infringements. Basically, right, if you've already got an IP infringement, it happens to most of us make a mistake and do that, but make sure there's nothing else in your shop that is infringing, that is anyone else's copyright. Get that item down. If Etsy have only just told you, they've just said you can't have this and taken that listing down, you're fine. But you don't want any more of them. So make sure that everything in your shop you have the rights to sell. That means no stuff that somebody else has the copyright to, and that's the only way. Basically just think yourself lucky you got a wee slap on the wrist, and I've been there, done that myself. Before I started on Etsy, for some reason I was told it was okay to use copyright characters just so long as you drew them different, or you'd created them. So I made some Nightmare Before Christmas items. I made Jack Skellington, and yeah, I thought that was okay because I made it and it wasn't exactly the same as obviously the Disney one, but no, thankfully it just got taken down. So yeah, we'll make mistakes, so yeah. And Rups from India, hello there. And Lily Trees in the house, and we have George on the rocks. Guinea Pig Weekly is here early. Hello. Everyone's saying I'm live. That's awesome. As I say, I think most of you are actually on YouTube. So yeah, they've changed the live interface, so everything looks different. So yeah, not doing good. But yeah, so apparently it's working, so that's good. Isabel, hello from the Netherlands. Guinea Pig Weekly. Oh Lord, yes, I was excited about the Etsy forum SEO help, but then got bombarded, new word invented today, bombarded with 100+ forum replies. Yeah, if you reply to something, any of these threads, you get an email every time they reply that basically, if they consider an answer that's solved the question. So that's every time the Etsy staff replied, you get an email. Yeah, that was crazy. You had no luck in a reply, but seems a lot of other people did. Well, I got a reply, but honestly, excuse me, runny nose, it's really cold in the house today, which is why I'm cuddling up with a coffee. Yeah, I hate to say it, but the replies were a waste of time. Spoilers! This is what the entire video is going to be about. The candle link. Hello there. Lily's saying Markiplier did a update video on the YouTube things, where I'm saying people last week were getting their accounts shut down. Viewers were getting their accounts shut down when people were doing a live stream. And yeah, the problem seemed to be using too many smileys, emojis. I'm not down with the kids for the cool words for things that have been happening for at least 15 years. So yeah, it looks like people are getting their accounts back. So hopefully we're all good, but just careful. You guys are all awesome, but just careful. Nobody do too spammy stuff, just in case YouTube's in a bad mood still. Alina, hello there. Tamika, should each Etsy account have its own web address? Each Etsy account will have its own. There's like, I think my shop's like etsy.com/BenMcFuzzyLugs, or it's a longer thing, but yeah, we'll have our own thing. Kind of. I hope that makes sense. Tracy, hello there. Oh, we're going with Dimitra. You guys know I can't say words. Dimitra, hello there. Michelle, hello. Any effects after IP infringement? I received a few days back the first notice and they unlisted the item. Is it okay for the first time try and go in the right direction? Yeah. The worst thing, I don't think that Etsy should hold that against you. There is actually, right. I will see if I can find this link without losing all my other windows. There is a way you can check your standing on Etsy. I have a lot of pages open at the moment, so actually finding what I'm looking for is not too easy. Come on Etsy, show me the thing I want. Where did I put this? Oh, here we go. Right. Copy. All my windows, please come back. Right, so there is this. Let's check that's actually the right link before I paste something I shouldn't. Not that I have anything I shouldn't. Right, yes. Okay, so this link on Etsy, is that? Yes. This link on Etsy, I will show you what it does. I only learnt about this today, so yeah, you're getting stuff the same time as me. When you click on this link, it lets you know well, I suppose it's just an order dissatisfaction rate. No, that's actually probably rubbish. It's still a useful link, but it shows you how many cases you've got against you. I was thinking it was just like an entire shop score. It's not. It's still handy. You're finding if you're meeting Etsy shop customer service standards, but yeah, that I don't think that would show up if you've got an IP infringement. But yes, you can still grow your shop from that. Just be super careful not to make any more mistakes. But yeah, not we all, but some of us do that. So yeah, just be careful. Make sure you do everything above board. The most important thing now is to make sure that any customers make sure your shop scores the best it can be. Your customers are super happy with you. You do everything the best, but you should be able to grow in the right direction. Absolutely. Oh, Lily saw the first Etsy TV ad of the season. I still have to look at the Etsy ads. I saw them online the other day. I'll have to have a look and see if they're any good. I saw the John Lewis advert. For anyone in the UK, the John Lewis adverts are usually really good. And I think it's the John Lewis. Do I mean John Lewis? The one with the dragon. It's awesome. Angela, hello from Corfu. Oh, that sounds warm. Wendy, hello there. Okay, so what we're going to do, as I said, I've got the thread of the EtSEO Etsy. I don't know how they meant us to pronounce that, but I've got the thread of the thingamybobs, the questions and answers. So people posted their shop, a link to one of the listings in their shop, and people came in and gave SEO advice. Well, Etsy staff gave SEO advice. I was super excited about this. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway. Oh, Ali's in the house as well. Hello there. And yes, Sandra asked me, and I am looking into this, for quite a lot of us are YouTubers as well, and creative YouTubers, and the COPA thing is, I can't remember what the letters stand for, but there is a thing I'm looking into, and I will make a video on it when I've figured out all the facts. But there's changes coming to YouTube, and it's for people who have children's channels, and it's not just children's channels, it's anything they consider that could be appealing to children. And this is going to be a huge, big, not great deal for YouTubers, and it's especially going to hit, it's going to hit people with children's channels, obviously, but it's disproportionately possibly going to hit female crafters and geeks and nerds. And the reason for that is a lot of what's considered female crafts, if we're using glitter, if we're making cute things, if I felt a unicorn, that could be considered attractive to children? Well, I'm going to argue that I don't think needle felting should be considered child friendly at all, but we could get fined. So there's a way to you've got to go into your videos and say if you believe that you're targeting, if you're being attractive to children or not. So if you have anything that could be appealing to children, you have to mark your video and say like targeted for children, else, and it's a massive fine. It's a massive potential fine if you get that wrong. So what I would say, if you've got a channel that has things that are borderline, but in the main, like me, I'm not trying to appeal to children. I'm not trying to appeal to children at all. But if you've got some things that might be appealing to children, mark those videos, take those videos down. Just, yeah. It's not worth the risk, because those videos they're not going to get adverts on them, which means you won't make money from them. Well, it'll be limited ads, not the targeted ads, but yeah, you won't make any money from them anyway. But not only that, they won't be shown in the home feed, so they're not going to get any new views, and there's not going to be allowed any comments on them, so people can't chat. So yeah, they're kind of really pointless anyway. It's really gonna hurt. So that's I say I'm going to make a video on it when I've learnt more. That's what I've learnt just now, is just be careful. Oh, and you missed the Etsy SEO thing. Oh, pronounce it EtSEO EtSEO. Yeah, that would work. You didn't miss anything. John, hello there. Facing issues with getting order in my initial phase after starting a new store. How to attract new buyers to our store for the buying products. Yeah, it takes time. Basically just get in there. I've got loads of videos on SEO, finding good keywords, taking the best pictures, and just keep on putting up listings. Look for your keywords. Try. I advise, I work for them, but I advise anyway to use eRank, get an account there, go in and search for good keywords, experiment with those keywords on your listings, make more listings, and then come back in a month or so and see how your first listings are doing, what keywords worked for you. Guinea pig, a lot of changes coming to YouTube, yeah, which has me concerned about yours, although I'm not massive YouTube, how I might use it as a marketing tool. Yeah, it's true. The thing is, Lily Tree will tell you as well, and anyone who's been around for a while, there's constantly these kind of dramas coming up on YouTube, and we just have to get our heads down, make sure we comply just now, and it will all blow over. There's been adpocalypses where things have happened for as long as I've been on YouTube, so I'm sure things will blow over. I mean, YouTube isn't going to want to stop all YouTubers who happen to be geeks, nerds, and female crafters, and yeah, the politicians aren't going to want to lose the chance of people making money from making videos, so it's going to blow over. I need an insulated coffee cup. This is getting cold too quickly. Lily Tree, can't wait for the YouTube algorithm's false positives. Yeah, we've had that with demonetization, where adverts, YouTube decided for a couple of years now, if they decided your video wasn't advertiser friendly, they think that you'd said something rude or something, they would demonetize your video, so you wouldn't make any money from the video. Not that we're making tons of money from each video, but it's a kick in the teeth if you've worked on a video and then they go, no, we didn't understand what you said there, it might have been a swear word, you know, you're speaking in Scottish, clearly you're being rude, no money for you. So yeah, false positives on these ones. They're gonna have to start an algorithm to say, does this video appeal to children? And yeah, it's gonna be there's going to be false positives, yes. George, copper content for artists, painful, I may need to swear. Yeah, there are some people that are joking about like dropping F-bombs in their videos to go, yeah, we don't appeal to children. The only problem with that is then you become demonetized because you're not suitable for advertisers. So I don't want to appeal to children, and I don't want to get appealing to no advertisers. It's gonna be a tightrope. Lily, might be the first time. I'm glad my style isn't cute. It is cute. That bat was adorable, but not in a child way. We can be adults and have cute things, but yeah, it is a problem. Needle felting is cute. Guinea Pig Weekly, you're cute, but that doesn't mean we appeal to children. Creative Living, hello there, and Salon Sonic, hello. Okay, right. Yes, I should pull up and let you see these things. Let's go to the screen. So this is just Etsy's reviews of people's listings. I don't have the people's actual listings, but yeah. You'll see what some of my problems are as we go through this. So someone put up what listing they wanted the person to review, and Etsy staff came on and reviewed it, and they introduced themselves, which is always nice. My name is Madison and I work on Etsy's product marketing team. I work with the product teams who design new features and educate the seller community how to use them. So this, you might see the problem already. And nothing, I'm sure Madison is a lovely person, but they're not an SEO expert. And it gets worse. So what you'll see, what I noticed with these reviews, is that it looks like they have check boxes to fill in. It looks like a lot of people who don't know about SEO were given a ton of check boxes to fill it. Well, not even a ton, a little script to go, tell them this, that, and the, I'll come, right. I'm going to come back to me quickly and then we'll do this. Right, so my thoughts from reading all of this, and then we'll go through these and you can see if you guys agree with me. But my thoughts, the checkbox said, say something nice about the listing. And then check they have 10 pictures and tell them to take better pictures or make them against a white background. That was another thing. Your title, now this is where we will see some differences, but there was a lot of people were saying make sure you have 3 keyword phrases separated by commas, and tags, make sure you have all 13 tags, and that seemed to be the check boxes. So yeah, just check the chat before I go back into this. Wally, Sandra, sorry, calling you Wally, but it tickles me. Just show botanical drawings and vlogs about your business for now and take down the super cute videos. I know, it's so difficult because there's nothing wrong with cute. Adults like cute, but yeah. Rup, you've changed your tags and titles, but from the last 7 days there's no hike in search traffic. It takes time. You're going to see I'm in the middle of opening a second Etsy shop just to show you. Unfortunately, it takes time. Yes, some people fall out of the gate and do really well, but most of us, it's finding the right keywords, it's finding the right people, and it's like a snowball. The right person sees you, they share you with their friend, and then the next listing you put up, 2 people see you and maybe someone shares it with a friend, so it builds and builds and builds. For most of us, we don't start immediately having hundreds of views and hundreds of sales. It snowballs. So have heart. The most important thing is to be diving in there and having a look and seeing what terms are people finding you for, what listings are they liking the best, and can we make more of that? And I'm flapping my hands around quite a lot. Guinea pig, you're cute and you don't mind, yeah, but don't actually directly sell to kids. It's actually a lot of grown-ups who want to buy my stuff. Yeah, that's the problem though with the YouTube thing. It is, they haven't specified, but they're saying anything that could appeal to children. So we don't know where we all stand with this. Very much people who are reviewing computer games, YouTube might consider this child content, even though it clearly isn't. There's a lot of adult gamers out there and they're making videos for adult gamers. But if you review the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie, are you trying to appeal to children? Are you appealing to children? Well, you're appealing to children, but that probably wasn't the reason for your video. So it's going to be tricking. George, thinking of putting up a disclaimer. I am afraid I don't think that will particularly help. I'm going to find out everything I can, but it's... even if we say it's not designed for kids, although I don't think you're rock painting, you're painting on stones. It's art, so yeah, it shouldn't be. Sorry, I can't do shop reviews just now. We've got a lot to get through, and I've got through nothing. But yeah, I can't do shop reviews just now. Tracy, eRank is better for SEO. Yep. eRank is awesome, and yeah, I would totally recommend, if you're on Facebook, go into eRank group. If you sign up there, people should be able to help you as well. I'm also on there, but loads of people are. Skywolf, hi Pam, how are you today? I'm very good, thank you so much. I'm freezing, my heating's broken, and here's my confession. I'm having to tidy up my house before I can call in a heating engineer because I've been felting so much and not been doing housework. So I just goes, I have no heating and I'm not having a stranger coming into my house when it looks like this. So I'm doing housework. Yeah. You've started to use batting for your bases, and just a question, starting your business, is PayPal safe for use commissions, and would you set up a bank account or use your main? I have had no issues with PayPal. I've heard some people say they have, but I've been using PayPal for like 11-12 years, no problems at all. I know in the UK you don't need to set up a brand new bank account, just as long as you keep track of everything. It might be different in different countries, but I'd check with your regulations. You don't need a separate bank account. You just need to know what's your money and what's the business money. That was terrible air quotes. You actually have to bend your fingers. Sorry, I really can't look at people's shops just now. Creative Living, yes, you've been there as well. A guinea pig, poor me, regards the heating. You did the same thing you did when you're due to have your windows replaced. I'm going to say it's a crafty person's thing. Miss Sparkles, first time catching live. Yay, cool, good to see you. Right, we're nearly half an hour in and I've not really started what we were planning to do today. I prefer just chatting, but let's get back to this. Right, let's finish up on the cold coffee. Shame, it was nice, marshmallow flavoured coffee. Right, so we said what I thought the template was, so let's see if this works. So Madison, the Etsy product marketing team. So compliment. So overall it seems your listing is in great shape. It's great to see you have key search terms in your title. It's important that your title reads as if a buyer were searching for it. I like that, that's good advice. And great to see you offer free shipping. Oh yeah, of course they mentioned free shipping. Yeah. So let's the tips to improve your listing further. Make sure you're using all 13 tags. Make sure you're using all available photo slots. Again, there is no SEO bonus for having 10 photographs. It can help convert, it can help buyers want to buy your items, but sometimes you don't need 10. And they're saying a lot suggest using a lighter background to make your items pop, such as white or grey. And I would say having as clear images as possible is a great thing. Okay, so the second review is from Nikki from the marketing team. Again, yeah, marketing team, that's an expert on SEO, isn't it? Compliment, what an inventive and functional product. A functional product. I noticed your photos were yeah, here we go, another one, featured with a watermark or overlaid text. I would recommend letting your product shine through. Photos with watermarks make it challenging to promote more broadly. Yeah, a lot of the answers here were geared to Etsy advertising your product on their social media, but I believe, I'm not going to say no, I believe that also Google Ads don't like you having watermarks on your photos, but they just want the picture, no text, no watermarks on your pictures, or what they're saying. But I know a lot of people like to have watermarks, especially like digital drawings. It's good to have a watermark so people, well, you say they can't steal your images. It takes 2 minutes with photo editing to take off a watermark. But yeah, I would recommend adding the word game somewhere in your title. Is this also something you might envisage as a great gift? Consider adding gift into your title. And this was another one where they contradicted. I don't know if we'll get as far as to see that, but some of them here are saying add gift for this, gift for that into your title, and others were saying save the gift tags, save the gift keywords for your tags. So contradiction. Next one, my name is Nicole. I'm on the taxonomy, I can't say it, taxonomy team. Means I build the category, wow, words, difficult. Categories, attributes and filters to help sellers describe their items. So this is a little more like SEO. They're still not SEO people. Your work is beautiful and looks so well made. Yep, there's the compliment. It's categorized correctly and using lots of attributes. So that's because this is what she's an expert on. So that's good. And yeah, here we go. One thing I noticed is your title could be more concise. You could shorten it by combining those into, and she gives an example of Blue Sea Diver Art Nouveau Style Silver and Resin Brooch. So this is one. See, I've mentioned the others were talking about titles that were 3 keywords separated with commas. This is a person who is a little more, she's dealing with categories, attributes, she's dealing with how people get found in search, and this is how she's saying her title, so that's interesting. Your pictures are strong, primary images on a white background. Another one they said a lot, use a process shot to show how your work is made. I think that's an awesome idea too. I've always liked that, to see a little bit of your studio or how you're making the work, so I like that. Be more specific with tags. I see a few tags using the word jewellery. Since your item is a brooch, it's automatically going to be included in any search for jewellery. You could make your tags work by including more synonyms that describe the actual item, including words like water, aqua and nautical, for example. Right, I am going to say I like Nicole's advice the best out of all these, and she is from a team that I'm going to say knows stuff about SEO. So when we look at that, she's giving advice of making a title that's a sentence with keyword phrases in it. And yeah, I like that. Right, I'm just gonna check the chat. Creative living. I love it when something needs fixing. It makes me tidy up. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. George, yeah, it's cold. I've been wearing a sweatshirt when shooting my videos. Yeah, before I came on the air today, I was looking to see if I had a fluffy jumper anywhere, and I don't. Guinea pig. Surprisingly, I found I really should go back to my face. Let's be put that. Not that it's great, but here's my face. Surprisingly, I found my views were up a lot when I had free UK delivery, but when I changed it to free UK over 30 quid, my views tanked. So I think it did do something. That is interesting. Yeah, cool. Lily, do Etsy have dedicated SEO people? Very much so. One thing I will say for anyone on Etsy, if you have an SEO question, and right, I'm writing a video on this just now because I had an SEO question, and you message Etsy, the contact us, it'll take a while to get through to the right people, but people on the SEO team will get back to you, and they give the proper advice. And I got a really, really good nugget of information on titles. So I'm not gonna, it's hard to do this, but I'm not gonna say anything just now, but I'm gonna make a video on this, going into depth on this. But I got such a good piece of information. It's something that I thought happened, but no one's talked about it, and I hadn't seen anything about it like ever. It's so exciting. So yes, there are dedicated people, and if you if anything you're not sure about, and I know I sometimes get people messaging me and stuff, and they'll say, I love your videos, I love your advice, but you're giving advice that's totally the opposite of what someone else is giving. And that can be the case. One thing is, SEO is such, is such a big subject now, and the algorithms are more machine learning than they are programs that people are programming. So we're very close to the point in the world where nobody knows how an SEO algorithm works, and I'll explain that. basically what you've got is, it's almost, if you imagine it's like a box, and Etsy, or well, we'll use Etsy because we're using Etsy, but Etsy has all these inputs they can put into this. They can say, look, number of views, the search term it's getting found for, all the shop things, and they put into this box, into this program, all these things, and they say to it, what we want to happen, the outcome we want is to make the most money from sales. So rather than them saying, pick the things with the best titles, they're just saying, experiment, find the thing that when someone searches, they're the most likely to buy. So at the minute, we have an idea of all the things that are going into the big box, but we don't 100% know how search engines work, because it's machine learning now. It's got so clever. So there's gonna be slightly, we'll find different things, and as customer behaviors change, as people search for things and they click on things and they don't click on other things, then the machine will go, oh right, so, and it'll change things and we won't quite understand why. So it's more like magic. We're trying to learn and experiment and see what works based on what we know. But other people might be finding, like, if someone has a different type of shop than mine, if they're selling print on demand and they've got mass volume sales, what works for them is going to be different because they're selling a lot. So the algorithm, the clever computer goes, yeah, well, we like that person anyway. So all the SEO stuff is of a different weight. And I'm trying to, hopefully I can give advice for everybody, but mine is mainly weighted for artistic people. I think most of us here are artistic people. We're creating our stuff ourselves, rather than being able to mass produce things. So, and also smaller shops. So what works for us is slightly different, in my opinion. But if you get advice from one person and it's completely different from, I'm doing a proper Glasgow tangent here. If you get advice from one person and it's absolutely different from the advice you get from a different person, message Etsy. Get it from the horse's mouth, and they do get back to you and they do help you out. It's not, sometimes they're a bit vague, like, well, sometimes they just can't answer 100%, what is the very thing that I should do just now? They don't know, because that depends on how customers, if you messaged and said, what title should I put on my item that's going to guarantee me 100 sales a week? Can't do that, because it's not just the title. Is the item any good? Is the photographs any good? Do people want to buy this just now? So there's no definitive answer, but they do give you answers when they can, and they do help out. Yeah, wow, that was a tangent. Go me. But yes, Etsy do have dedicated SEO people. Lily Tree. Whoa, that was great. Yeah. Guinea Pig, regarding watermarks, it's funny because I have so many products stolen from my Etsy shop into sites like AliExpress. Yeah, without the watermark, people wouldn't have found it to tell me. Yeah. Excuse me, actual real cough. Yeah, this is the thing. Etsy aren't saying, there's nothing bad will happen if you have watermarks. You might not get seen in Google ads, but yeah, we probably don't want to because they're blooming expensive. And Etsy might not share us on social media. Yeah, they weren't going to anyway. There's millions of shops and only one or two social media accounts. So that's advice. Honestly, I think this was more of a getting a look at shops type exercise so they could find listings that they could share on their social media, rather than actually helping us, because there's not a lot of help there. That's my thought. So they're telling you things that make it so they can use it to advertise you on social media, and don't get me wrong. If Etsy use you in a mail out, if they advertise you in social media, if they feature you in any way, it's amazing. But it's blooming difficult, you know. I've had in 11 years on Etsy, I think I've been featured by them about 5 times. And that was amazing. And I was so lucky, and it is brilliant and fantastic. But it's not a good strategy. It's like saying, oh, to my strategy to sell on Etsy is to go viral. I'm going to make one item and it's going to blow up the internet. Yeah, that's not a good strategy. If you do go viral, then ka-ching, you're doing good. But yeah, it's not a strategy you can control. Wendy, yeah, watermarks are easy to remove. You've removed people from pictures. Yeah. I was going to say, I was going to talk about a bit of Photoshop skill, but you don't even need that. There are apps that you can just go, remove the watermark, and it removes the watermark. Clone tool, spot heal brush. I can remove a watermark in like 2 clicks. Sell on Sonic, spill the beans, Pam. Nope. Nope. And Guinea Pig Weekly, go on, Pam. No, because I have to hype. I have to hype this new video that I'm writing. I can't spoil it all before I do it, because I have to make sure you guys watch it. It's a good one though, so yay. Raphael, greetings from Las Vegas. Hello there. Hello, Las Vegas. Right, let's get more back to screen. Okay, so I liked that shop review. Another one. Okay, my name is Catherine. I'm the seller product marketing team at Etsy. We work closely with our sellers and our product teams to make sure we're creating and building products and features that feel relevant to help them grow their business. Doesn't sound like SEO. Let's see how they do. Oh, here they've included what the title is. That's handy. Charcuterie board for beach house, fish art serving board. Oh, that's a title. Fish art serving board. It's beautiful. There we go. The compliment. I'm interested in buying it myself. The photo with snacks on the board is putting me in the mood for hosting and entertaining. Yeah, good advice is with photographs, if it's something you can use, show it being used if you can. You have 10 quality photos. That's good. Your listing she even read the description and policies include information the buyer is interested in knowing. Yeah, your descriptions don't count for SEO, but they can certainly help with the conversion. If the buyer looks at something and goes, how big is this? What do I use this for? And they can't find what it is, they might not buy. Not everybody messages. So having it in the description, having useful things in the description is awesome. Yeah, she really actually read about your shop. She went in and looked at everything. Tags. Think of tags as keywords that buyers will input. Yep. We find that using tags with multiple words or phrases as specific as possible. Yeah. Actually, this person seems to know their stuff. We'll see if I agree with everything. You can try adding something like hosting gift. Oh, here we go. Wooden fish cheese board as a tag. That's not gonna fit. And we know, yeah, wooden fish and cheese board, 2 tags, but don't tell someone to use a tag that's not gonna fit in the tags. Or even fish serving board instead of cabin or beach house, since these are more, yeah, so they've got a tag of cabin or beach house, which isn't the best kind of tag for a fish serving board. Yeah, looking to add another photo. Yeah, so use all 10 photos. Yeah, that was good. Sorry, I'm making random noises now. Here's one. My name is Nikki. I'm a member of the marketing team. I lead our integrated marketing team. Work on promotional marketing programs. Okay. You've done a great job. There's not much for me to say. Oh, what a great review. Yeah. Adding a process photo since your invitations are handmade. Yeah, they're very much asking for photos of you creating your item, which I like. Yeah. This is Madison. We've already had Madison before, I believe, giving a review. First of all, I love your shop. There we go. Yep. Checkbox 1. Yes, tell you something nice. I'm excited to review your listing. She's lying. Looks like you've already optimized your listing with a number of our best practices. Readable titles, offering free shipping, and diverse photography. Looks like you're using tags for your listing, which are important. Make sure that all available tags with diverse terms. Listings can have up to 13 tags. And this is a good one. If you need inspiration coming up with more tags, use the Etsy search bar. You type in a search, a drop-down list appears. Yeah, this is good advice. Anywhere when you're searching for things, when you start typing, the list of suggestions are terms that people are using, so it's good to have a look for them. So I like that advice. It's important to use all available photo slots. New, but yeah, to show the customer everything. Lily Tree, I can tell you're impressed with these reviews. I know my poker face is terrible, isn't it? Check another one. This is Susanna and the taxonomy team. What? Why every week there's stuff that I can't say? I promise in real life I can do words. Thank you for sharing. Wonderful gift for the holiday. So there we go, compliments. And then look, have you got all your photographs? Consider adding a process shot. Sharp up the photography. Yeah, so take better pictures. That was a tiny review. Oh, hilarious! This is the one I put up a listing of mine just quickly so that I would get all the reviews and see this properly. Unfortunately, I put up my very first listing that I hadn't done very great, but it was funny to do this anyway. So this is my shop. My name is Jess and I lead the social media team. Yeah, that knows a lot about SEO then, a social media team. And look, your custom pet portraits are so cute. Compliment, yep. The first thing that jumps out at me is your title. 3 to 4 relevant phrases. Yeah, I do actually have 3 to 4 relevant phrases. You'll see when I release a video of how I came up with my titles and everything. I actually have 5 or 6, but they're in a readable sentence that obviously the social media team didn't know about. You could expand this to include the word pet. That's true, but I'm creating more listings for different pets, so I was focusing in that listing on dogs. There's also a place you can specify that's a digital file. I think that's important. Yes, I haven't done that, so that's good. And here's the thing where I said where the person... Oh no, yeah, no, the title, yeah. So this is doing it again to say phrase for the shopper. So they want to use gift for dog lover in the title. So they really want me to stuff things in the title. You've added some key phrases to your tags. Unfortunately, I haven't filled in all my tags on this, and I haven't filled in all my pictures yet because it was a new listing. But yes, very generic answer. Right, let's just do one more of these and then we'll talk about stuff. That looks like a terrible one. Oh, seriously, tiny reviews. Come on, people have sat up for ages trying to get this. Okay, here we go. So who's this? This is Liz, the taxi thing again. I like the detailed description. Your title has some great phrases saying that it's a great gift for wedding and brides who want to travel. I have no idea what that CSF48, that's probably a product code. That, quite right, you don't want names of your items or product codes in your title or tags because no one's searching for them. Think of your title and tags as words, phrases buyers would type into search. Yep. Reformat the title to put the most important thing at the start. So she's very much done this. 3 phrases with commas in between. Padded dress hanger with hearts, comma. Travel gift for new bride, comma. Unique wedding gift. Your tags are off to a great start, but think of adding gift for bride. Yep. And you're using all your photos. There we go. So that's that. Right, back to, but I think that's enough reading through them. I'll say some of the things that I noticed in there. Yeah, very generic. Use all your photos, use all your tags, use stuff that buyers are searching for. Absolutely. Use all your photos if it makes sense to. You don't need to stuff it full. Use the number of photos that's needed to show the buyer what they need to see. As for use all your tags, yes, it gives you a chance of hitting more good things. It gives you a chance of getting seen for more keywords, but there's no penalty. I've got some listings that I deliberately didn't use all my keywords for because I just wanted to focus in on the things that they were doing well for already, and they're doing fine. You're not going to rank for every little thing, so yeah, there's no harm, but there's not necessarily any benefit. But it's good when you're starting out, use all your tags, and then you can find when Etsy mix and match all the words in your tags and show you for certain things. You might think of different keywords. You might find yourself getting found for different keywords. Yeah, what else did they say? Oh, one that was right. They're mentioning keyword phrases separated by commas. The reason they were saying this is not that there's any kind of benefit with commas, but lots of people would do keyword phrase dash keyword phrase. Now the problem with that, now I don't like keyword phrase separated by something keyword phrase. That's keyword stuffing, which the ultimate guide to Etsy SEO tells you not to keyword stuff. But they were advising quite a bit of keyword stuffing in here. But the reason not to use a dash is if you don't do a space after the dash, search engines see that as a minus. So they're saying disregard the thing that I say after this dash. So yeah, don't put dashes. Yeah, but roughly that's about all the advice they were given. So okay, wasn't SEO teams given advice? It was they were dragging out everybody on Etsy, and I found this really weird because these were not all like customer trained type jobs. This was like when I was a chemical engineer working on a chemical plant, being asked to email customers, when I worked for GlaxoSmithKline. No, there are people who are paid to deal with customers and people who are paid to sit in darkened cupboards and not speak to customers, and I was the latter. So yeah, it's very weird for a company to wheel out all of their staff, well, it's not all of Etsy, but to wheel out their staff to answer things. And yeah, some seem to have better ideas of SEO, couple were given some good advice, and a lot was just super generic. And like I say, some of it was contradicting. They were saying 3 keyword phrases separated by commas. That's way too... yeah, that's way too cookie cutter template type thing. Everybody do this. And whereas then there was some that were given some really nice titles that made sense, that were just a sentence that you could pull out plenty of keyword phrases, and there was others that were advising like 10 keyword phrases all stuffed in. So yeah, not good advice. And the worst one I saw was someone was suggesting copyright terms as tags, which is just bonkers. So yeah, But the problem is, people have seen this, and I've been hearing so much people seen this. They've seen one of the reviews where someone's saying, put in this 10 keyword phrases, and they're going, so keyword stuffing's okay. And stop it. Etsy, you told us in the Ultimate Guide to SEO last year, don't do keyword stuffing. You've told us in every communication, short titles, and now you do this and you wheel out people and you tell them, you have them advising wish type titles of as many words as you can cram in. So stop it, Etsy. That's about all I can say there. Right, I'm going to dive back into the chat, and then I might be looking to wrap up soon. I've done my little rant here. I'm actually impressed. We've covered this Etsy EtSEO thingy. That sounded better. Etsy SEO. Yep. Covered that. We covered the COPA thing. Yeah. So let's check the chat. Guinea pig, I know more photos is important. You can only do so many fancy photos of greetings card. Any suggestions? Do you think we have to use every single picture? I don't think you have to use every single picture. There are things you can do, like if you're hand making your greeting card, take a picture, show us a picture of the area where you create your greeting cards. Show it going into an envelope, show it sitting on a sideboard or something. But yeah, there's only so much. Just make sure the important things are seen. You know roughly what size it is, you can see what's inside it, and you can see what's outside it, and you know what it's made of. That's what a customer needs to know. Other things, fun, cute pictures. But yeah, show that you are hand making it, a little bit of your process, a little bit of your workroom. Yeah, I know we can't all take a picture of our workroom for every single thing that we create, because yeah, that would mean tidying up every time you make something new. I know most of us have workrooms that look like an explosion's happened. Or I say workrooms, it's just like my sitting room. There is wool exploding behind me that we can all see. And this is me only having to clear up an area like this big to point a camera at myself. Dimitri, wondering the same thing for the greeting cards. So I put photos with envelopes and also the inside picture, to show they're blank. Yeah. That's what you can only do what you can do. Yeah, there's nothing more to say there. There's no, if there's no point to 10 pictures, there's no point to 10 pictures. I've seen some people just duplicate the same picture 10 times just to get 10. You're not going to get a boost in SEO for having 10 pictures. You're going to get a boost in ranking if your pictures are good enough that people want to buy them. I mean, okay, if you're good with photography, if it's a Christmas card, right, here's ideas for things. Say if it's a Christmas card and you've decorated your house beautifully for Christmas, have a picture of someone opening the card with a delighted look on their face. Have a picture of it displayed, hanging, if you hang your pictures on walls or if you put them on sideboards or something. Have a picture of the photograph on the sideboard with the fairy lights, and do that kind of stuff. But they're nice extras. I mean, how often do you not buy a card because it doesn't have someone doing things like that? I mean, yeah, aspirational pictures, things like, if you've created a mug cozy, I'm just thinking that because I said I needed one. If you've created a mug cozy, you can take a lovely picture of a mug with your mug cozy on it. You can also take a beautiful picture outside of someone snuggled up holding their mug. You can do all these things. They're nice, they're aspirational, they help, but yeah, don't. Most importantly, clear photos so people know what they're getting. G Morgan, You sound better. Think, oh, you think you got my head cold? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm finally getting there. We've had some good cold, frosty days here, which manages to shift the cold things. Still gonna be coughing all winter. It takes forever to shift a cold when you're old like me. But I hope you feel better soon. That's horrible. Lily Tree, perhaps it was a professional development day. That could well be it. Some kind of Etsy team building day. A guinea pig. It's difficult to take photos of yourself in a glamorous setting without potential unflattering double chin shots. Yeah, you stage fake photographs where you're holding your chin. I craft in full makeup, looking ever so glamorous. One thing, a little trick, because photographs don't have product photographs don't have to necessarily be the best quality in the world, just clear. So one thing that I've done when you're taking photos for yourself, of yourself, it can be tricky. What I've done in the past, what I did to get photographs for when I was doing a dog training YouTube channel and I wanted pictures of my dogs doing things, me teaching my dogs to do things, I filmed things. I videoed it and took stills of the best looking images. Rather than taking pictures, I videoed it and picked the ones without the double chin. So yeah, it can be better. Record a video and then pick what looks good. And if you're creating things, the other thing you can do, top down, if you're making cards, clear your work table so it looks nice and bright and white and clean. Top down with the camera, set up all your products being, set up a card sort of half made with whatever lying about it. Or if you do it online, do a little bit of it being like half created or something, show it being printed out. Do just a step in the process can be kind of cool. Wally, not much new in the Etsy SEO. Not much useful at all there. Yeah, I'm trying to get in touch with Etsy to ask them what they're playing with. I hope they're going to release an article soon that's actually useful. What I'm going to say is, when in doubt, when there's contradicting advice like this, take the advice from the articles, not from the teams of people who are not necessarily trained in this. Take the advice from the articles, because the right people, the people on the right teams with the right training, sat down and really thought about it. The speed that these critiques were coming out, people weren't thinking about it that much. They were just filling in their check boxes. Guinea Pig Weekly, you're most welcome. Wally, Otto needs walking. Far more important, you have a good walk. Guinea Pig Weekly, tidying up. You hide all the rubbish and just do a very small square of tidy space. Yeah, I think we all do that. But yes, if you're taking pictures, just clear up the bit that needs to be cleared up. Salon, great information, need to watch again later. No problem, good to see you. Lena, yeah, you have a lovely walk with Otto, Wally. Yep. See you guys. George, yeah, try to include a picture of you holding it. Yeah, holding something is the best, one of the best ways to show scale as well. We all, most of us have a hand and we know what a hand looks like. Okay, we'll have different sizes of hands to an extent, but you still know, like, that's a standard size coffee cup because it looks right beside, and product placement. But yeah, the size of something by seeing how a hand interacts with it, so that's good. Andrea, hello there. Lots of views but no sales. Lots of views is a good thing to start with. Congratulations. And getting sales is just the next step. You've got to what you want to look into is what keywords people are finding you for to get those lots of views, and then go and have a look at everything else that's showing up when you search for those keywords, and how are you comparing to the other items. This, when you're getting very much lots of views and no sales, this is the one time that price can be a factor. But photography as well, does your items really make people want to buy, or are they just kind of the same as everybody else's? And also, still this time of year, a lot of people still hold out for the Cyber Week sales, even if you're not participating in the cyber sales. People wait and buy then because they see if you're having a sale. I find my sales pick up at that time as well, and I never have a sale. So people might be window shopping and they're just about to buy. So I wouldn't, for everybody at this minute in time, if your listings are bringing in views, don't change the listings you've got. If you can, get other listings up there, but people might be just about to buy. Guinea Pig, thanks for coming live. You missed last week, so chuffed to catch you. Yeah, sorry about not doing last week, but I didn't want to risk everybody's YouTube channels till I'd found out what was going on. For anyone that missed it, I cancelled last week's live just because there was some kind of problem with YouTube, that YouTube was closing off people's viewers' accounts that were watching the live. Not my live, but other YouTubers, and I would have felt awful if any of you guys lost your YouTube channel because you watched one of my lives. So it seems to be okay just now. Edgy Morgan, your tidy space is just big enough to hold your coffee mug. Brilliant. Wendy, you live with a neat nick, so your wool is hiding in an armory? I don't know how to say that, but yeah, awesome. I once was able to do that. Now my wool is, there's wool there, there's wool there, there's wool upstairs, there's wool on the dog. I'm afraid to say there's also gloss paint on the dog because I was painting today, and Ben's got a fetching red tail which I'm going to have to figure out how to clean up. I was going to show you I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but here's Ben's feature in my video for today. Can we see this? Little bits of red gloss paint in Ben's tail that I'm going to have to figure out how to get out. The little monster. I kept the dogs away from the paint as much as I could. And then I sat down and I was like, Ben has a red tail. I think actually it's going to dry and just flake out. But if anyone has any tips for removing gloss paint from a dog's tail, bright red paint in a white tail, every time. Right, I think I'm just about to wrap up and go and get my tea because I'm starving and want to put the oven on to heat the house up. But if you have any other questions, just pop them in and I will answer them just before I disappear. Widgeon, am I close with a name there? You like my hair colour? Thank you so much. I'm just thinking I need to dye it again, but thank you. Andrea, you have an old farm door as you use as a prop for your wreaths. Yeah, perfect. People say my photos are nice, so I'll keep on plugging along. Yeah, something like that's great. If you have something that's going to give a reproducible background, like a door, so people know that's your brand. You've got the farm door, you know where it's going to be, you know how to light it, so all your photos are on brand. Yeah, that's awesome. Guinea Pig, it's a good point about the cyber sale. So many people are having a flap about the Etsy recommends 20%. Are you doing a video on cyber sales? And yeah, I saw the 20%, well, the 20% flap, and that's just, Etsy is going to do a feature, you know, they're going to shout out and go, cyber sale, click here, you know, here's some of the shops they're doing a cyber sale. They're going to include people in their mail out. There's going to be a banner at the top of Etsy. They're going to feature some people that are doing this 20% off. they're not going to feature everybody that's doing it. This 20% off is something to help Etsy when they're doing their TV adverts and everything. It's cyber sale. Some shops have 20% off. So yeah, it's just for them to be able to draw in more buyers. We don't have to do it. It's not necessary. It's only going to help you if you get featured, and you know, we're talking like a 1 in a million shot of getting featured. So yeah, when they say they recommend you doing something, it's like they're not having watermarks. They recommend it because that works for them to be able to feature you. Doesn't mean they're guaranteeing they're going to feature you. Chances are they're not. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a video on cyber sales. I might. I mean, in a nutshell, it's the busiest time of the year. I've already switched off adverts to cut down my sales, hopefully, and also to cut down my expenses. I've already switched off my adverts. I literally have been sitting counting how many more orders I think I can take in time for the last shipping days. I am very much doubting that I will still be taking orders for Christmas come Thanksgiving, come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So why would I have a sale? Why would I have a sale at the busiest time of the year when I want to discourage people from buying? Now, yeah, if your shop's quiet, the temptation might be to have a sale, and go ahead if you want to. But what I found, the first couple of years when I was doing okay in my shop, came round Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I didn't have a sale, but on those days and after those days, my sales really picked up because people had been waiting and they decided they were going to buy anyway because they needed to buy stuff and they saw I didn't have a sale. Then after that, the next years, people started buying earlier. They knew I wasn't having a sale, they're not going to lose out, so they buy earlier. So I've trained my customers to come along and buy earlier. If you want to have a sale, have a sale. It might get you a few extra sales of people that were waiting and they're only buying from people who have a sale, so they might not buy from you, but it's the busiest time. If you're going to make sales, you're going to make sales. And if it's not going to be a great year for you, having a sale isn't going to make it a great year. Lily Tree, Ben was helping. Yeah, that's so nice. I mean, with his big luxuriant tail, I'm sure he could paint everything in like one wag. Andrea, there's glitter everywhere in my house. Glitter on the cats. They're very festive. Yeah. I still find glitter from outfits I wore like ages ago. Guinea pig. Ben wouldn't want a bath, I'm sure. Yeah, Ben's not neither of my dogs are a fan of a bath. It's quite sad. It's quite cute, but like Ben will just cling onto the side of the bath looking really pathetic, and Mia varies between looking like she's a SSPCA case all abused and hunkered down, and then looking like she wants to eat you. And then there's the trying to escape from the bath and run round the house at full speed while shaking. That's another good one. So I don't bathe my dogs very often. Tracy, you are most welcome. Lena, yeah, try some nail polish remover. Good thinking. Yeah, or I might have to snip the hair. Yeah, it actually doesn't seem to have matted, which is really lucky. It's coating individual hairs. It's very strange stuff. But yeah, thank you. Good thinking on the acetone. I will be nail polish removing my dog's. It's only the end of his tail, so that's not going to be any problems. That's cool. I get advice when I come here. I have a worry. It's kind of a cool thing. I have a worry I'll get the paint off, but it will stain slightly, so Ben's going to have a festive red tip to his tail. Oh, Molly, finally caught alive. Oh, hi there. I feel so guilty that I'm just closing up and going now. Oh, you love and appreciate what I do. Thank you so much, guys. That is so lovely. I feel guilty, but I'm still on that fantastic note. I think I'm gonna leave it. But guys, thank you so much. I have to figure out how to shut down this new YouTube thingy. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Have an awesome time. If you have any questions, concerns, anything, leave them in the chat. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much.